So I don't know your price targets when it comes to your investment in Jasmy, but I know for sure that the biggest question in the Jasmy community right now is, with the price crashing a whooping 99.88% from the all-time high, is this a dead project already? Are we just putting our money into an S-word coin? Or, I mean, there is something to it, right? Now, my first question when I see a chart like this is, has this ever happened before in the crypto space, right? And for that, I'm going to show you my first example, which is my favorite actually. And it's the Cardano price set. Back then in 2017, 2018 actually, Cardano had a massive bull run, right? Just like any other altcoin. But what happened after that wasn't really good, because it crashed a whooping 99.77%. I mean, this is just 1% more than what Jasmy has done. But to be honest, it doesn't make any difference. If you had $1,000 right here, by the time you get here, it's $98 or something like that. So it's just as bad, right? But somehow from the very bottom of the bear market, the Cardano price chart actually rose up to 140,000. I mean, if you want to put that one into, multiples, that's like what if 140x. But how could you have gotten that 140x? Look at what you had to go through, right? I mean, this is torture. I don't want to lie, right? It's a very long time with the price not doing anything, or just going sideways, or even going down slowly but surely, but just the same way that the Jasmy price set is doing at the moment. But eventually this is what happened. I'm not saying this is the same thing that is going to happen on the Jasmy price set, but is there a possibility that something like this can happen? Well, let's take another example. Another example that I have here is the Ethereum Classic price set. I mean, people always call this project a dead project, right? Every single time. So also, this one crashed like 94%. I mean, this is not as much as the Jasmy price set, obviously, but I mean, I can promise you, the people who were involved in these areas were not feeling great. It wasn't a good moment, but it was their conviction to keep holding on to their coins. And again, I'm not telling anyone to hold on to their coins, but this is how I approach it. I'm like, okay, let's say you have lost 99.9% in your Jasmy investment, right? What more? I mean, how worse can it get, right? It is what it is, right? You would rather hold, or if it would be me, I'm actually dollar cost averaging into Jasmy, right? Because an opportunity like this one is only going to come right after, massive sideways action like this one, or even continue to downside. It's really, really terrible. But these are the times that bring something like this, right? So yeah, from the very bottom of the bear market, Ethereum Classic, which is called a dead project always in the crypto space, found its way to whoop another 53x or something like that, right, in the next bull market, right? Another example that I would point to is VeChain, right? This is one of the best projects when it comes to cryptos, right? But VeChain itself also experienced a 99.28% crash back then in 2017, right? From the all-time high up until somewhere there, I think March 2020, right? It crashed a whooping 99.29%. I mean, tell me, what is the difference with Jasmy right here, right? Basically, looking at these three examples, right? We have seen Ethereum Classic, we have seen Cardano, one of the great projects in the crypto space, Ethereum Classic, which is called a dead project, VeChain, also called one of the greats in the crypto space, also doing the same thing, right? So it really doesn't matter if the project is dead or something like that. These things can really happen. And this is my opinion once again. To come to the conclusion that Jasmy is a dead project because it has crashed 99% really isn't sitting well with me, looking at what other previous projects have done, right? Some of them consider the great, some of them consider dead project, but they are all behaving the same on the price chart here. So after that, from the depths of the bear market, VeChain, which was one of the best performers from the last bull market, really had another 173x, 173x. But obviously, you had to endure all those things, right? So I don't know if you're ready to endure all those things when it comes to our Jasmy price chart. But for me, I'm ready. I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm ready to lose whatever I'm investing at the moment, which is actually another big component when it comes to investing. Again, not financial advice, but it is what it is. Invest what you are willing to lose. That way, you are not stressed. You don't lose sleep when things like this happen on the Jasmy price chart. Right? Another example that I could point out to is the big one, right? The big boy, Ethereum itself. So Ethereum itself, from the previous all-time high, managed to crash at 95%. 95%. This is one of the best projects, if not the best altcoin in the world. I mean, it's debatable, right? But I don't want to take sides at the moment. I just want to show you what is happening on the price. So after crashing 95%, Ethereum still found a way from the bottom to go on and hit another 53 or 54x, just like what Ethereum Classic did, right? So yeah, these are the examples that I can show you, but obviously it's not every altcoin that is going to go into all-time high, just like what these projects I've shown you did. There are some which also never saw all-time high, right? For example, yeah, let's take a look at Sia Coin. So Sia Coin, again in the same period, crashed a whopping 99.28%, and it retraced to, I think it was a 6.18 fib retracement level, and that one on its own was an 85x, right? 85x. It performed better than Ethereum, even without setting another all-time high, just like what the Ethereum price set did. So you can see that there is opportunity even with retraces here. Now, when I take you back to the Jasmy price set, which I'll do in a minute, you can actually see that where we are with the Jasmy price set, even a 0.382 fib retracement level has got multiple X's on its own. So yeah, these are the things that I see, and this is actually how my mind works, right? Another example that I could give here is the Veg example. So Veg crashed like 99.59, 99.6%, right? The same thing that Jasmy is doing, right? And you can see how long this thing takes, right? If you want to put our ruler right here to measure all these things, I'm sure you will see that it's more than 3 years. Have you ever held Jasmy for 3 years? I'll easily bet that no one in this community has held Jasmy for 3 years or more, right? Now, after that crash, the 99 point something we're talking about, still Veg found a way to come up with a 68x in just a retracement. For you to have this opportunity, you would have to go through things like this. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just how I look at these things and look at these charts. So you're going back to our Jasmy price set. It really looks bad. I don't want to lie. Do we have a guarantee that we are going to repeat what those other coins have done in the market? No, we don't have that guarantee, right? But yeah, if I am to be selling my Jasmy at the moment, basically what I'm trying to say is Jasmy will never be worth this price ever again, right? Actually, it's going to be much lower than where it is right now. But if I'm buying Jasmy at the moment, I've looked at the past, I've looked at how cryptocurrencies work time and again. I mean, I just gave a few examples, but I've given a lot of examples in the market, right? And I'm saying, okay, if I want an opportunity, 100x, a 50x, 1000x, whatever I want here is the opportunity. This is normally how things have gone. For you to get at 100x, you have to suffer. It is what it is, right? But this is just my own opinion. I'm repeating once again. I guess that's enough ranting. Now let's look at the price set from a shorter time frame perspective, right? I'm looking at the price set here on a 12-hourly time frame, and I can observe something here. Like, we are still trending to the downside. That's really true on the Jasmy price set. No one can debate that, right? But what is happening here with the RSI is really something that is interesting, and we've been witnessing this on the Jasmy price set for quite some time, right? Which leads me to believe that there's a lot of accumulation that is happening here on the Jasmy price set. I've been talking about this Wyckoff accumulation structure right here, and I strongly believe we are in the spring phase right now at the moment, and sooner or later, I believe that we're going to see ourselves getting back into the trading range right here, and we can start talking about great things again, right? But here's what I'm looking at in the immediate short term. On the 12-hourly time frame, I'm looking at this bullish divergence, and on a daily time frame, I'm looking primarily at 3 indicators, right? So I'll begin here with the RSI. You can see that we are actually reading oversold on the Jasmy price set. Now, that really doesn't mean anything really, right? But if you want to put it into context here, you can actually see that every single time we've gotten oversold on the Jasmy price set, we have recorded a very huge amount of gains, right? The last time being here on the 12th of May 2022, actually the 90% pump after reading oversold on the RSI right here. The other time here was 8 March 2022 right here. You can actually that we recorded at 354% after we had an oversold RSI. But you can also see that the longer we read oversold right here, the bigger the pump we get, right? Also happened here 18 December 2021, right? You can see that we also had a pump which was a 97.34% pump after we were oversold on the RSI. So yeah, putting the RSI into context, you can actually see that it's a powerful indicator. The other time really here, you can also see that we had a very long period here reading oversold on the Jasmy price set. Now we actually had a pump which is 938%, which is really good to see. I mean, I would welcome that. I mean, we have suffered a little bit on the Jasmy price set here, but it is what it is. These are the ways that comes with investment, right? Now, the other time that this happened was the 22nd of April 2021 again, and you can see that we had a 220% pump after being oversold on the RSI right here. The other time that again, this is pretty much it. So the last 5 times we've had an oversold RSI on the Jasmy price, it has resulted in, like, the minimum was 90%, a 90% pump to the upside. I mean, is it possible that we can get something like this? Well, history suggests that something like that is really possible. And in my own opinion, considering that we are at a spring in a Wyckoff accumulation structure, which basically is the lowest point in the Wyckoff accumulation structure there, I'm welcoming that idea with 2 hands. Another indicator that I'm looking at on a daily time frame is the volume profile. What you can notice is, whilst the price is going to the downside, right? Yeah, we have volume in the market, but you can see that the amount of selling volume that we have is decreasing over time. And if you want to take a closer look, you can actually see that, yeah, the buying volume in the market is actually more than the selling volume, despite the prices continue to go to the downside. Whenever we have had a pump, we've always had more volume on that pump than when we have had a dump in the Jasmy prices. So it's really something to take note of. And this is, big bullish divergence on the Jasmy price. Another indicator I'm looking at on a daily time frame is the MACD. And actually, when you take a closer look, you can see that it's suggesting that, yes, we have selling momentum, right? But the momentum is actually slowing down right here, which you can see the bars here, they are diverging to what the price is doing right here. So this basically means 2 things. One, momentum is going down. At the same time, we are expecting a bullish cross to happen in the immediate short term. I think by the end of this week or something, like latest early next week, we can have a bullish cross right here if things stay the same way like this. But really, this doesn't mean anything before you put it into context, right? So I've actually gone on to highlight all the times we have had a bullish cross on the MACD and try to see what kind of an effect it has had on the price, right? So yeah, I've come up here with about 13 times that this thing has happened since the price set of Jasmy on this exchange here, on the MEX exchange, because it has the best price action data on the Jasmy price set. So my results are as follows. Obviously it's a really small sample, but I think it can give an idea of what exactly is happening right here. So we've got 13 times we have had a bullish cross and only 3 times failed. So the other 10 times, which is basically 77% success rate. So something that is reliable relatively, because I mean the sample size again is really small. But yeah, this is what we have here. So if I go to the recent cross that we had, which was on the 2nd of September, so on the 8th of September this year, I mean we had a 25% pump from the cross that we had there. And the other thing that I actually did here is I also took a day before we had the cross, because I noticed that all the days we had before we had the cross, they were all green candles. So I had to include those days as well in my analysis. So yeah, the most recent time we had a 25% pump on the 29th of July this year again. We also had a pump here after a bullish cross on the MACD, which was a 40%. And then we also had another pump here on the 12th of June 2022. Yeah, we had a 47% pump. You can see that yeah, we are averaging like a very good average here, which is what can we say here? We can also say 30% or something like that, right? When we have a bullish cross on the MACD. So another time we had a bullish cross was the 16th of May 2022. We had a 52% pump after the cross, and we also had another cross here on the 20th of April. That one resulted in a 38% pump in the price. We also had another cross right here on the 26th of February. This one wasn't successful really because the selling momentum was too strong for the market. So yeah, in as much as we had the MACD cross, but it didn't do anything, right? Another time we had the cross right here was on the 3rd of February. It's the same story. We didn't have anything right here. So it also means that yeah, we could have a cross and price could still continue to go to the downside. But looking at it from a probability standpoint, it is the less likely scenario, right? Another time it happened was the 21st of December 2021, and you can see that we registered a 96% pump after the bullish cross on the MACD here on the Jasmy price chart. We also had the same situation happening on the 1st of October, and you can see that we had a 441% pump. Really massive to see. I would welcome something like this on the Jasmy price chart now, right? The other time was the 5th of October, and we had a 432% pump in the price chart. We had an unsuccessful cross here, which was on the 16th of June 2021. Okay, no problem. We had a cross on the 25th of April 2021, and that one resulted in, let me actually zoom here and see, in a 200% pump. Yeah, that's really nice to see. And then this one was the least performing really, but it was on the 29th of March 2021. This one was also and 4%. What I'm looking out for here is a reversal that takes us above this resistance line to complete this spring of ours on our bigger Wyckoff accumulation structure. So yeah, you can kind of see that yeah, we have big things to look out for, looking at the RSI, looking at the MACD, and looking at all those charts that I've showed you, that yeah, something can possibly happen with the Jasmy price. That obviously nothing is a guarantee. This is why you are supposed to invest what you're willing to lose, because I mean things can literally go wrong. But if you ask me where I'm leaning to, I'm very bullish on Jasmy, and I'm going to write it to 0. I mean, it's a binary bet. It's either Jasmy going to 0 or we're going to the moon. It is what it is. This is what I'm rooting for. Yeah, but with that being said, I forgot to greet you guys, so I'll just go ahead and do it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Jasmy update. Obviously, this is the end of the video, so I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends and family, and see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.